my talk is about the MSc Data Science and Business Analytics. And as also Pamela said before, so this is a multidisciplinary and also conversion master's program. So conversion means that our program is accessible to students from any discipline. So in our modules, we start from the basics. So we start from the basic, and we take you we build on your existing knowledge to acquire new skills in data science. Okay, so that's just to introduce very quickly myself. So I'm an associate professor of data science and statistics at the University of Plymouth, and I'm the program lead of the MSc Data Science and Business Analytics. And you can find here my email address. So you please feel free to send me an email if you want to use the chat now. But if you come up with a question later on in the next few days, please just feel free to send me an email. Okay, so before talking about the structure of the master's course, I would like to say a few words about data science and who is the data scientist. The data scientist has been defined as the sexiest job of the 21st century by the Harvard Business Review. So now, companies, organizations, they have to deal with huge amounts of data. They have very, very large databases. Also, we have a different type of data. For example, we have data generated on social media. So even if you don't realize that when you are tweeting or uploading a post on Facebook or whatever, you are creating data, and there are some companies who are actually using this information. So we are in the big data era, and the data are becoming even more and more important. Sorry, I just okay. So here you see that the data science is really popular at the moment. So it's been defined also as the fuel of the 21st century, and companies are really in a need of employers who can deal with this huge amount of information. So there's now still a problem of demand and supply, because there are still not enough people with data science skills, and so the companies are happy to pay very good salaries. And also, if you decide to take a career in data science, that's a very, very good opportunity also for your career in the future. So data science is now really important because data are everywhere. There are many different applications, and also it is also the future, because it's becoming even more important, more crucial in the future. So that's for this reason we have, for example, The Guardian, who is suggesting you to consider a data science master's. Okay, so here I put together this slide just to show you some example about the demand for data scientists. So if you just Google around, you'll find similar titles about the demand for data science, which is really, really high at the moment. So this is the century's hottest career. The demand for data scientists increases, and also it's really good to be a data scientist. The demand is booming. So there are really a lot of opportunities. If you just look around, you'll see there are a lot of jobs in this area. And this is also what you can see from this slide, that there are a lot of jobs, but there are still not enough graduates in data science. So the student supply doesn't quite match the employer demand, and for this reason, employers are also ready to pay very good salaries. Okay, so what is data science? Data science is the intersection of three main areas. So it's a multidisciplinary area, and is the intersection of mainly computer science or IT, math, statistics or analytics, and business. Okay, so a good data scientist needs to know computer science skills, because you need to be able to deal with the different type of data. You need to be able to work with the huge databases. Also, you have not only the traditional data, but as we were saying before, you have data coming from text, like from tweets, from social media. You have also data in the form of images or videos. So there are really many different formats, and you need to have the computer science competencies and skills to be able to work with this data. Then also you need maths and statistics or analytics skills. You need to be able to implement, for example, machine learning models and statistical modeling techniques to be able to make sense of the data, so extract the message behind the data. And depending on the type of data you have, there are different tools, different analytics tools that are more suitable than others. So you need to be able to recognize which one are the best. And then also you need business knowledge. You need to be able to communicate with the business team in a company and use your skills in computer science and analytics to solve a practical business problem. So here, again, in this slide, you can see who is the data scientist. So what is the profile? What are the main skills of the data scientist? So you need programming and databases, database knowledge. So you need to know how to use different software. The most popular software in data science are R and Python. And these are the languages that we are also, teaching our students to use in our masters. Also, you need to know how to work with databases. You need to use, SQL and NoSQL for relational and non-relational databases. And that's also another skills that we are teaching in our program. Also, you need statistics, analytics skills. So you need to be able to model your data and say what the data are telling you. So you will see you need the machine learning, statistical modeling techniques, and so on. So this is, again, we have a dedicated module in our program for this as well. Also, you need the communication and visualization skills. So the data scientist is a role that is a multidisciplinary role. So you need to be able to communicate your finding to different people. And so an excellent way of doing this is through data visualization. So there are very sophisticated way of visualizing information that are really also effective to communicate your results to others. And that's also a very important skills, and also business skills. So you need, again, to be able to put in a practice your knowledge to help your business. Okay, so also very briefly, I want to talk about some other aspects of data science. So now also is very popular concept is big data. So big data is closely related to data science and refers to the fact that we now have data sets that are so large and complex that cannot be analyzed with traditional software. So they need to be analyzed with sophisticated computers or high performance computer that we actually have in our Plymouth University. And here you see the most popular definition of big data is the 4V definition. So that these represent the main characteristics of big data. So volume, so you have huge amounts of information. Velocity is the speed of the data. You can also see here in this plot, that basically you don't realize, but like in every minute there are so many posts generated on Facebook or social media. There are a lot of searches on Google and so on. So there are really a lot of information generated nowadays every minute and every second, actually. Then we have the variety of data. So the data are coming in many different formats. As I said, for instance, if you think about Instagram, you can also analyze images actually from Instagram, or there are a lot of type of information, or videos as well. And also an important aspect is the veracity of data. You you also need to check the quality of the data, because you have such huge data sets that you also need to put in place, a system of filtering the data to extract the highest quality information. Okay, so data analytics refers more to the collection of techniques that help you to draw conclusion for your for the business from the information that you have, and you can use these techniques to help your business to make a more informed decision. So here we're talking about, for instance, machine learning techniques, statistical modeling techniques, and so on. Also, a kind of specific type of data analytics is the sentiment analysis, that is specifically for analyzing text data, like online data, for example, data from social media. And that's a very popular type of analysis, where you can associate a score to each tweet, for instance, or each post on social media, and you can analyze what is the feeling of people towards a specific topic. So, for instance, you can apply to politics, like looking at if you have an election, you can see what is the feeling of people, the sentiment of people towards a particular candidate, or you can apply in marketing, looking at what people are thinking about a product. So that's also something that we are teaching in semester 1 in one of our module in the master's course. Also, we have social media analytics that involves, in general, the techniques to analyze social media, and there are different types of social media nowadays, and you also need to think about, to know social media, and think about the audience, the different audiences using social media, and depending on the analysis that you need to make, you need to consider maybe one or even more different type of social media. So, for example, Instagram is used more by younger people, or LinkedIn is used more by professional people. So there are really a lot of data again from different social media, and here in our masters we teach you how to be able to analyze this type of information. Also, there are a lot of application of data science. Here, in this slide, I just included a few examples of application, but actually in every area where you have data, you need a data scientist, because now in every area you have a lot of information. You have, we also, if I think about the projects our students are doing now, they also, what they did in the past few years, they applied data science to many areas like psychology, biology, environmental science, engineering, and so on. So there are really a lot of possible applications. So that also gives you an idea about the job opportunities in this area. So here I put some examples. So, for instance, in banking and finance, so there are now the banks are using traditional data to look at market prices, but they're also looking at social media information and what people are discussing about market prices. So they are already doing that. So they are using different type of data. Also in marketing, there are many applications, like again, if you want to see what people are thinking about different type of products or competitors, then you can use traditional surveys, but now everyone is using social media, so you can look at what people are actually saying about a product on social media and focus your analysis on that. Then we have a lot of also application in health and medicine. So if you think about now COVID-19, of course, it was really crucial, the role of data scientists was really crucial, because it was really important to see to analyze data about COVID-19 to see what is the evolution and make prediction about the evolution of the disease in the future. So this just to give you an idea of the different applications. Okay, now let's go back to the structure of our master's program. So our master's program, Data Science and Business Analytics, follows the definition of multidisciplinary area involving mainly computer science, analytics, and business. So to reflect this, also we are following this structure in our master. So we have modules in the areas of computing, also analytics and business. So these are the main modules we have. And for business, you can choose a module from this list. So you have a quite wide range of modules to choose from in finance, marketing, or international business, depending on your background or your preferences. And then here on the right, you see some the modules that are related to the project. So we have this module here, Contemporary Issues in Data Science, where we have every week a guest lecture from industry or academia talking about specific applications of data science in different areas. And then you have the dissertation module where you will be able to focus on a specific project and apply the skills that you acquired during your first part of the master's course in this project. And for the dissertation, we have collaborations with industry. And in the past, for instance, we had the collaborations with the British Telecom, also with the consultancy companies like Software Solved, and also with the other collaboration involving some project like European project, as this one that is called Ruritage. Okay, so now more details about the program. So in this program, our sessions are, we have various different type of sessions. So in particular, lectures, practicals, in labs, workshop, tutorials. Actually, the majority of the sessions, especially in semester one, are in a lab, computer lab, where you can practice what you are learning on a specific software, for instance, directly in the computer labs. And then in the last part of the master's course, where you're working on your project, you have meetings with your project supervisors. So approximately there are 12 contact hours per week. So you have 4 hours for each module in each semester. So it's typically you have 3 modules in each semester. And the assessments typically are coursework, project work, and reports and presentation. So we wanted to do something that is as close as possible to what happens in a real working environment. So when you are working in a company, you typically work maybe in groups, and then you have a project and you need to work on this project and then write a report or give a presentation about your results. So that's what we are also doing in our assessments. So there are no traditional exam as you had, for example, in your undergraduate studies. Okay, so what are the type of jobs that you can have with the Masters in Data Science and Business Analytics? So the majority of the jobs are actually as data scientists, where you can apply what you learned without actually focusing on a specific application area. But there are also kind of more specialized jobs, for example, a data analyst, if you are more interested in maybe the modeling side of data science, so like the application of machine learning techniques and so on. Also, you have, if you are more interested in data then and big data, you have system analyst, database administrator, or you can also focus more on a specific application. So for example, as business analyst or financial analyst, if you want to focus more on analyzing, for example, financial data or business data. Okay, as I said, there are really very good job opportunities and with really good salaries, and also there are very good prospects of future career. So if you look at also if you acquire more experience, you can really have really good prospects of your career. So if we look at what our graduates are doing at the moment, so here I just put here some of the logos of companies where our students are working at, and most of our former students are actually data scientists, but also others are data analysts or data engineers, software engineers, and also the masters give you a good preparation for a PhD. So if you are also interested in a PhD, that's also we have students, our former students that are doing a PhD at the moment. Okay, so some comments from our master students. So this masters has been very well received by students, and as you also have heard from our current students, so they have a very positive feedback. So some, as you can see here, this student said, "This is by far the best masters I could do. I have now the skills to aspire very well-paid jobs, and because of all the good opportunities for data scientists." And also we have here this student that who said that during when the student was still working for the project, they already had offers, job offers. So this happened to some of our students in the past. And then also the masters combined with the degree put me at the top of all recruitment lists and allow me to find a very well-paid job. So the idea of this master is to build on your existing knowledge and convert it to data scientists, and this will really boost your employability. Okay, now to conclude and to summarize, so the master's data science and business analytics is a conversion master's, first of all. So remember, this program is accessible to students from any discipline. So even if you come from, we have this year we had students coming from history. They had background in history. Also last year we had students with background in law. So they didn't have any previous knowledge about the data science or computer science or analytics and so on, but they did very well in their masters. Also, it's a multidisciplinary masters because it covers the three main areas of computer science, analytics, and business. And the entry requirements is an undergraduate degree in any discipline and a second class overall mark or higher. And this, as I said before, this is probably the best masters for employability because of all the good opportunities in this area. Okay, and this is just a final slide with, again, my email address in case if you have any question, for that in the future. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Luciana. So you've convinced me. I want to study data science myself now. So are there any questions for Luciana or for any of our student ambassadors before we move on to the breakout room? So please, okay, Luciana, there's a question in the chat for you. What is the scope for freshers in the industry? I'm not sure what's meant by freshers, but maybe you do or do.
So freshers are like students that are just arrived at the university, right? So in the industry, what is the scope of maybe okay,
fresh
right.
graduates. Okay, thank you, Bogdan.
Yes. I guess he's talking about what's the prospect like for fresh graduates.
Yes. So we actually have a lot of opportunities in companies hiring data scientists, and not only in big companies, but also in smaller companies. So we have also, I receive sometimes emails from local companies, even around Plymouth, asking for, if saying that they have opportunities for graduates in our master's data science. So there, I also receive during the year, sometimes I receive emails from companies, and they ask me to share this with the students. So during the year, I try to share with the students so they can start applying for these positions, when they are maybe at the end of their studies. So there are really, we also have the career employability office here. They have a lot of links with companies, and they can also help you to write your CV, write your application, and also find opportunities for a job in this area.
I think we've got another question. What do we have to study before doing a data science MSc? And I think almost anything. Isn't that right, Luciana?
Yes. So we can accept students from any background. So if you studied, like, dance, for instance, or history, or biology, psychology, anything. Also, we had last year one student who did a degree in equitation science, which is a kind of strange area, but that's I mean, there, if you have a degree in any discipline, this will be fine for the data science masters.
Okay, great, thank you. So I'm aware of the time a little bit because it's 12:33, and thinking back to the schedule, I think we're going to be, so there is, maybe we'll get to this one more question. How is the internship after this course from Plymouth? So I'm not sure if there isn't a placement in the data science degree. Is that right? I think you would be then going directly into industry.
Yes. So again, we have. I had we have this career and employability office, as I said, that can help you to find internships if you want to have an internship. Just after the master's course, there are a lot of opportunities, and the office can help you to put you in touch with the companies.
So I think if students want, or attendees want to stay and ask questions specifically of Luciana or of our Olawale or Pamela, please stay in the main room, and then we'll remain here and we can answer questions specifically about data science. But I think we're going to open some other breakout rooms now for the other topics that you might be interested in. So right now you should see a Zoom window where you have the opportunity to join breakout rooms in either cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, electrical and electronic engineering, robotics, coastal, civil, and offshore renewable energy engineering, advanced engineering design, and autonomous systems. So if you know where you want to go, please just click on join next to that breakout room, and the program manager for that program will begin their program specific talk shortly. Now, if you're having trouble joining the breakout rooms, and I know the interface is a little bit different on mobile and on the desktop, I'll maybe share a slide briefly. So please feel free to join the breakout rooms if you're able to. So here's the schedule. We're now going to these breakout rooms, and if you're on a desktop computer, you should see breakout rooms on the lower side there, and then you just click on join. If you're on a mobile device, you may need to tap on the screen, and then breakout rooms will typically be in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and you select the room that you want, and then you join again. I just want to emphasize that you can leave the breakout room you're in at any time, and just be sure that if you leave it, you can either leave the entire meeting or you can just leave that breakout room and come back to this main session. The main session will be open and you can come back here, you can ask questions of us, or you can switch to a different breakout room. But I'm hoping that many people are now, if you're, say you're interested in cybersecurity, the talk for that will be, or artificial intelligence, the talk for that will be taking place shortly. Electrical and electronic engineering, that's a separate breakout room. There's a question, yes, for MSc Data Science and Business Analytics, if you have further questions that you'd like to discuss with Luciana, with Olawale or Pamela, will be available here in the main room to answer questions. Yeah? But for the other topics, please feel free now to choose a breakout room. And if you have trouble choosing the breakout room, you can write in the chat where you would like to go, and we can assign you to that breakout room. Yeah. So if there are any questions about this, please let me know. Please just write them in the Zoom chat, and I hope that everybody, everybody will find a topic of interest. I see lots of people are joining breakout rooms already. That's great. Okay.
Raphael.
Yes, Olawale.
Yeah, I got a question from Wilma Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, asking
yes,
about yeah, I'm happy that you have interest in want to be a data scientist. You're welcome to join us. Talking about the programming language, basically.
Ole, that was a question from a student. His
Oh,
name.
oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I thought it. Okay. Anyway, let me just answer the question.
Yes, Lambert, I hope you're listening in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you
ahead.
for the interest. Basically, in data science, we use two main programming languages that you have to know, Python and R programming language. So with those two languages, you're good to go.
Okay. Great. So Python and R. I think I didn't see the question, but that's great. I think Python and R are the key programming languages. So I see a few people have just joined us now, and I just wanted to reiterate what I said before. We've now moved to breakout rooms for individual subject areas, and there's a breakout room open now for cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, electronic and engineering and robotics, coastal, civil and offshore renewable energy engineering, and autonomous systems. So if you're interested in one of those, please join that breakout room. And if you'd like, if you need help joining it, please let me know, and then I or another member of the team can help you. We can place you in that breakout room. Just write a message in the Zoom chat that you would like to be in the breakout room for a specific subject, and then we'll move you there. If you'd like to hear more about data science or ask more questions about data science, you can stay in the main room right here.
Okay. Hi, Rafael. Sorry, it's Pamela.
Oh, hi, Pamela. Yes.
Sorry, I had to change my device. I hope you can recognize me. I was having some network issues.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, because I think the other name is not reaching Pamela. It says Pakama. Can you see that?
Yes, I can change that if you'd like. But
yes.
Okay, so I think you can. Yes. So this is for those of you that have joined us recently. This is Pamela, one of our students on MSc Data Science and Business Analytics, who would be happy to answer questions if you have some.
Yes.
Okay, we've got someone would like to join the robotics breakout room. Okay, I will. Anybody else? Please just.
Oh, sorry, Rafael. I've just assigned
okay.
Math to the robotics room.
Great. Okay, if anybody else wants to be in a different breakout room, just write that in the Zoom chat, please, and we'll be happy to assign you there. Otherwise, if you've got other questions, about data science, this is the place to be. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Do you have any question for me? How many students do we have in class? Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So now, yeah, this year we had approximately 45 students in class. So it's quite a popular program. But when you move, yeah, this is for semester 1. When you move to semester 2, when you have optional modules in business, for instance, then you might join classes with other students so that the numbers can vary a little bit.
So, okay, I think as Stephanie has kindly posted in the chat, if you need to be manually assigned to a room, you want to hear about another topic, then please let her know or let us know. I wonder, Luciana, you mentioned that there are projects that, for example, Olawale and Pamela will be doing right now. I don't know, Olawale, what kind of, do you mind saying something about what your project is on?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Raphael. So my project is about well-being. So I have this large data set from the Office for National Statistics, and what I need to do is I want to determine the factors that determine well-being of people. So from the data set, so I have to use a machine learning method to determine those factors from the data sets.
Okay, so something health related. That's very interesting.
Absolutely, people.
Okay. Oh, I think I've just found another. There's another question in the chat. Due to COVID-19, as everything is done online, yes, can you stay in your home country and do the MSc? I don't believe that's currently possible. Luciana, can you? Or how does this work now? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so this year we had, these periods of lockdown, and during this period we had actually some of the students, for example, from China who follow the program online. But then the thing is that for next year we don't know what is going to happen yet. So that's so if we are hoping to go back to face to face, but we don't know yet. So it's difficult for me to give you an answer right now. So we need to see what is going to happen. I think, yeah, Steph might have more information, maybe.
No, just to say, Luciana, that's correct. At the moment, we don't know what is happening in September. We're hoping that we can be fully online and for everyone to be on campus this year. Obviously, with COVID, everything is quite sort of fast moving, and there are certain areas where I know there's still issues with COVID. So there might be some concerns about whether you're able to travel to the UK. We haven't got any decisions yet, but there are discussions in place, and we will be waiting for more government announcements. So we will be updating you once we know a bit more about what's happening this September. I think at this stage, it's still a bit too early to know what the situation will be. I think worst case, if there were any issues, then we will be making plans to make sure that you're not affected.
Okay, I think there's some other questions.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes, I was going to read them out, but if you've seen them.
Okay, how much has the job market affected due to COVID-19 in UK, especially jobs related to this course? Okay, so with the COVID-19, actually all jobs related to like computer science and analytics actually have increased. So there are even more opportunities because now, with lockdown, people are all working from home and they need technology. So they are using computers to they use Zoom and software and all these kind of things. So there are even more opportunities than before in this area. So actually that's one of the few positive sides of this situation. And then let me see if there are other questions. Is the course more focused on machine learning algorithms? And are all the other algorithms covered in the course? So we have a specific module on machine learning algorithms in semester 2, and this we do in this module. We do machine learning and also statistical modeling, and we teach the most popular machine learning algorithms. However, we don't really see everything because this is of course an area that is always evolving, and there are always new algorithms coming up, new techniques coming up. So many of my students, they focused on maybe machine learning techniques in their projects, and they explored maybe new innovative machine learning approaches that have not been treated during the module, during the taught modules, but they focus on that in their projects. So there are a lot of opportunities to explore this area if you are interested. I don't know if there are any other questions. As this course includes business analytics as well, what is the ratio of technical modules and business modules? Okay, so there are in this course, so there are basically 1/3 of the modules is in computer science, 1/3 is in analytics, data analytics, and also we have the business is a bit less than 1/3 next year. Because you have 30 credit modules you can choose from the list, but you also have these topics, data science topics module, where you have the guest lectures from industry. So you have also a kind of applied experience, and you can talk to people from businesses and in industry to see what are the kind of applications in business. Okay, then another question is: the primary courses, the essential parts we need to know, is taught at the beginning of the MSc. Is the primary courses is taught at the beginning of the MSc? So maybe you mean in the semester 1. So you mean if the basic I'm not sure if I understand your question correctly, but I think what you mean is that if in semester 1 at the beginning of the master you are taught the basic courses, and then maybe later in semester 2 you are taught about more specific courses. So the calendar works like this. So you have in semester 1, you have the two computer science modules. So they give you a background, the skills in computer science, and so you learn how to use different software and databases. And also you have the module about data visualization, and the module that I'm teaching, where you learn how to use the R software to visualize data and to extract information from Twitter, from social media, how to analyze and present this data. And then in semester 2, you have the module, the machine learning module, machine learning and statistical modeling, which is a more specialist module because you see how to use your knowledge from the R software to learn a different kind of machine learning techniques and statistical models. And also you have the business module where you can specialize in a different sub area of business, and then you have the module where you meet the employers, and then later you have the project, the dissertation, where you actually focus on a specific topic. Okay, so I don't know if I answer to your question, so let me see if are the basics taught at the MSCs? Yes, okay, the first semester. So yes, in the first semester we are teaching like the basics, in the sense we are teaching the basic computer science knowledge that you need then for the applications of in semester 2 and also in your final project. Let me see if there are any other questions. The career fair organized by the uni, how helpful is that? Okay, so yes, we have career fairs organized by the universities where you can meet employers, and there are different events organized by the team, the university team, and you can talk to employers. And I think that from the feedback of previous students, they said that was really useful, a useful experience for that. However, I don't know if other, maybe the students or someone else has, want to say a bit more about this. Okay, let me know about the placement opportunities in the university related to MSc data science. Okay, placement opportunities. So actually I had a chat this morning with the career employability teams, employability team, and we were talking about placement actually, and they told me they have a lot of different opportunities for placement. So if you get in touch with the employability hub, so they can have a placement that they are very short, so can be just a couple of weeks, and that is a bit like an intensive experience where you focus on a specific problem, and or you can also have longer internships. So like for example, summer internships, or internships they last for a few months, or they can be also 1 year internship. They can last for the whole year. And we had students in the last year, for example, they took an internship and then they actually were hired by the company after their experience. So yeah, so I mean it depends on what are your plans, but yeah, we have different also what the different companies are looking for. I am from civil engineering background. Will I be getting admission for MSc data science? Yes, if you are from any degree, this is accessible for you, so that's absolutely fine. Civil engineering is absolutely fine, so you just need to look at the prerequisites. So you need to have an equivalent of a second class mark or higher for your final your final mark, so I suggest you actually to apply as soon as possible. Actually, I suggest it to everyone, because I was looking at applications recently. We already have a good numbers of applications. So if you want to secure your place, so I suggest you to actually apply as soon as possible. You just go to the website of Plymouth University and then to the MSc website, and you will find apply now. You just click there, and there is you just follow the steps. So it's pretty straightforward. But if you have questions, you can just let me know and send me an email. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm actually from an accounting background, and so I applied. So, and I got the admission. So your background doesn't matter. What you did from your BSc doesn't matter. Just apply as soon as possible to get your admission.
Okay, thank you. Also, we have another question. Should I look for conversion masters or any normal master's data science? If you go to the University of Plymouth website, you type the data science and you'll find it. So if you just go to University of Plymouth and then type on the search bar data science and you'll find it. There's no, you cannot be mistaken. So, but again, if you don't find it, just send me an email, or I can actually put the link, the direct link here in the chat, so you can find it easily. Just a second. I just. Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah. So if you just follow the link posted by Steph, you will find it at this. At some point, you see this red button, apply now, and just click there and follow the steps. Then another question, do we have to pay to apply for the master? No, just to apply, you don't have to pay. But then if you look, then of course there will be fees, the fees for the master's course that you can also find on our website, the webpage of the masters. At some point you will see fees, costs and funding, so you can see how it costs. But just for the application doesn't cost anything. So that's, you know, you can just send your application and send it. If you send it as soon as you can, then you are you know, it's better, because there are, you know, I'm receiving a lot of applications at the moment. Beginner, okay, what is the average salary of beginner level data scientists in the industry in the UK? That's I don't remember exactly. You actually need to look online. I think it's about £30,000, but if you look online and look at jobs, they usually show also the starting salary, so you can see that in the UK. Yeah. Okay. Right. I don't know if there are any other questions. There are quite a lot of questions, so I hope I didn't miss
I've
questions.
got a couple that I've picked out that I don't think have been answered. Just going back, there was a question: is there a career fair organised by the university? If yes, then how helpful is that? So we do have a careers department in the university, and they do arrange careers fairs. They arrange these with employers. The careers department are also there to support you with your CV and to help you with applying for jobs. In terms of how successful the career fairs are, or how useful they are, I might put that to one of our student ambassadors in case they've attended a careers fair or have had any support from careers, whether they might be able to share their experience.
Sorry, Steph, could I, and I'm keen to hear from Olawale and Pamela afterwards. Can I just tell everybody, it's 1 o'clock, and in a lot of the breakout rooms, we're switching over to the second talk. So right now, if you're interested in advanced engineering design, Professor Anthony Robotham will be starting his talk shortly. And in the first breakout room, the talk on cybersecurity should be starting shortly. So if you're interested in some of those subjects, of course, there's ongoing discussions about electrical engineering and robotics, coastal, civil, and offshore renewable energy engineering. So please, just join those breakout rooms if you're interested in hearing about those topics. Sorry for the interruption, but yes, careers fairs, a very important topic. I don't know if Olawale or Pamela, have you been to a careers fair? Have you tried this out? Or
yeah, I think we have a couple online. a couple were organized for us online, which we attended, and it's quite interesting and it's quite helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you. I think Pamela was having some problems with her internet connection, as we all do these days. So that's all right. If there are any other questions, or if you'd like to join a breakout room but you need you need help. Oh, Pamela, sorry.
Oh, Pamela, we can't hear you very well.
Yeah, we've been online. Also, what's interesting is I do get a couple of. Jeff, can you hear me?
No, sorry. Sorry, Pamela, we can't hear you. Just to add regarding careers and employer opportunities, so we do have our careers departments that are very helpful in supporting you, as I said, with CVs, applications, applying for employers, and finding potential employers. The program managers on each of your course will potentially also have links with employers and might have some contacts for you as well. There have been some questions about how easy is it to find a job after you've graduated. It's like anywhere really. If you put the effort in, if you make the applications, you do well in the interviews. Again, our careers centre can help you with interview techniques. Then there shouldn't be any reason why you wouldn't be able to find a job. Now that we have the graduate route as well, so what was formerly the post-study work visa, it's much easier now for international students to stay in the UK. You have up to 2 years to stay once you've graduated, to look for a job and to work for up to 2 years in the UK. So that visa will make it much easier as well for you to find a job once you've graduated.
Yeah, also maybe I can talk about a few examples of students, actually our former students who found jobs. So if I can maybe share my screen just quickly. Yeah, here, okay. So you should see here, basically this is the MSc page. I hope you can see that. So that's the MSc Data Science and Business Analytics page. So if you scroll down, you can see information and also example, yeah, and testimonials from students. So here we have, for instance, Sewedo. He graduated last year, and he did a very, very good, very interesting project applying data science to data about natural hazard and environmental hazards like landslides and floods, these kind of things. And after he completed his master's and submitted his dissertation, then I think 2 or 3 months later, he got a job as data scientist at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. So he put an application there, and so he's working in London. It's a very, very good job in a really, important university there. So that's an example. Also here we have Catherine. Catherine, she was actually she was from Plymouth, so she's like a local student, and she studied psychology before. So she didn't really know data science before, but she did really well, and she got a first in after her studies, so with her master's, and she went to work again after a few months to a company close to Plymouth, and now she is working at Brittany Ferries. That's a company where they have ferries between Britain and France. Also here we have other two students. We have Chris. So Chris actually took an internship. So he started with an internship, just organized again with the help of our career and employability office. So I think he started with an internship of 6 months in a company again that is not very far from Plymouth, and now is working at Suva Technology. So I think he found the internship again a few months after graduating from the master's course, and then just right after the internship he got his job. Jolie also is a student who studied with us also for his degree in mathematics, and he is working as Sparta Global. I think again after a few months from graduating he got the job. And also we have this video from Moon, so this student from India, and she actually found a job while she was still studying for her master's course. So she was at the end of semester 2 and she already got a job offer, and she went to work in Leeds as a developer for British Telecom. So if you watch the video you can also have more information about her experience. So if you just go to the website, there are maybe these testimonials are also useful for you. Okay, I'm stopping sharing my screen. There are other questions.
We did have one question, so I just find it. It was one student wanted to know whether the marking grading rates will be reduced due to COVID. So at the moment, the answer to that would probably be no. So the grading rate is what it states on our program web pages. Of course, if you've got any concerns with meeting the entry requirements, then the best thing is to get in contact with our admissions team or with myself directly or with your program manager, just to speak about your concerns, because we can also review applications case by case if you have had any struggles as a result of COVID. But generally the grading criteria, it is what's stated on your offer letters and on our program web pages.
Okay, then I think there is a question, structural engineer, how much will be helpful? Yes, I think, yeah, you can definitely apply if you have a background in structural engineer. It's helpful for data science. Of course, if you have in your case, you have a quantitative background. So even if you don't have a previous knowledge of, the software that we are using or the analytics techniques that we are using in our masters, then having a background in a quantitative area, then I think is probably helpful, especially for these subject areas. I'm structural engineer. Could you please tell me if I'm pursuing MSc civil engineering? How much will be helpful for me? Okay, for questions about civil engineering, I think there is a breakout room for that, I think, right?
Yes,
yeah.
There is. Would you like me to assign you, I think that was at Shibili, would you like me to assign you to the civil engineering room? The talk is taking place, but the program manager will also be there to answer any questions you have. So please just reply to me in the chat box if you do want to join the civil engineering talk and breakout room.
Okay, if any student is from computer science background with 3 years work experience, is that an advantage or plus point for job? Okay, so if you are talking about the master, the admission to the master. So we are actually, sometimes we are looking at case-by-case application, and we also sometimes look at work experience. And we take into account for that to decide, the admission of a student. If you are talking about jobs, then I think if you have a computer science background, you have experience, then and you are looking for a job, you do a master's data science on top of your degree in computer science, so you build up your knowledge in data science. That's definitely improve your employability. Also, you have work experience, so that's definitely good. Looks, I think, very good also for finding a job. How are the exam patterns for this course? So, I mean, as I explained in my presentation, so we don't really have traditional exams as you might have in your undergraduate studies, but our assessment are mainly coursework, so report. So you have to work on a project individually or in a group and write a report or give a presentation. And the pattern, I mean, the calendar of exams. So typically you have your semester one modules, your teaching, and then your course or your assessment for the semester one modules are typically just before Christmas or after the Christmas holidays, so just in January typically. Then you have a semester two, so you have your other modules, and you might have I think for the business courses there are typically some assessments after 1 month or 1 month and a half through your semester two, and maybe you have a presentation, but the majority again of the assessment will be at the end of semester two. So there will be like next year it will be like in May, basically at the end, mid of or end of May. And then you after that, after you completed all your modules, then you dedicate your time to your dissertation, and then you write your dissertation, you submit it at the end of August or beginning of September. Okay, theory as well as practical. Okay, now I understand, I think, your question about exams. So we try to also include a lot of practical elements in assessments. So it's not also, in the lectures and also in the assessment, we give an overview of the theory, but we don't go into really the mathematical details, for example. Because what you need when you go to work in industry or business is not really to know all the theoretical details, but you need to know how to use it in the practice. Okay, so we try to have in our classes, our labs, a lot of practical examples, and also in the assessment. So there will be typically, maybe you have for example, in my modules, I would give you some data to analyze with software, and then I will ask you questions about how to interpret your output, and but not really very technical. We don't go into the very fine maybe theoretical details, if it makes sense. How to apply for scholarships? Okay, so for scholarship we have on the master's website there are some more information about scholarships, like funding. If you look at it, we have funding for postgraduate. Maybe Steph knows more.
Luciana, I know Joyce has put a couple of links in the chat that will take you directly to our scholarships page. We do have a variety on offer. Someone did ask about a scholarship for current students that are doing their bachelor's at the moment and want to progress onto a master's. Again, Joyce has put some information in the chat, but just to clarify, for any student who's currently studying at Plymouth University who's due to complete their bachelor's, if you did want to progress onto a master's with us, then you will receive a £2,000 Alumni Scholarship off your master's tuition fees. For any new students who wish to apply, we have two types of scholarships. We've got our standard scholarship worth £2,000. That will be automatic. You do not need to apply for that. So it would be automatically applied, providing you've met the entry criteria, which is detailed on our website. We also have our Academic Excellence Scholarship, which is a big scholarship worth 50% off your tuition fees. That's when you will need to apply for. And the deadline for that scholarship to apply is the 30th of June, but you do need to have a conditional offer from the university in order to apply for that 50% scholarship.
Okay.
I think we're up to date at the moment with all the questions, unless there are any more. Obviously, you've all received emails from me with the details of this event. So once this session is over, obviously you have my contact details, you have Luciana's contact details. So if you do have any other questions that you can think of, then you're more than welcome to contact either of us directly, and we can obviously answer those and also go through any of the questions that you asked today if needed.
And of course, just to add, if you'd like to pop into any of the other rooms, cybersecurity talk is currently taking place. So is the electrical engineering robotics, coastal and civil, and advanced engineering design. You can ask questions about those. Using the breakout rooms. Those are still open.
Does anyone have any questions at all about Plymouth in general, about the facilities, accommodation? Please just use the chat box if you do have any more questions. Just to let you know a bit of information about our accommodation, we have plenty available. There's always enough accommodation for our students, and all of our accommodation is also within walking distance to the campus, so it's very convenient for students. If you have a 9 o'clock lecture that you need to attend, you don't need to worry about having to get up too early to be able to walk 5 to 10 minutes from where you're living to your lectures. Also, one thing about Plymouth is we're one of the lowest cost for most cities in the UK. We have the lowest cost of living. So that will help in terms of your funding your studies, that you don't need to worry about having to spend too much on your accommodation. And the prices of accommodation differ as well, depending on your budgets. So again, I believe, I thought Joyce had put a link on there, but if you have got any questions about the types of accommodation we have and the costs, then we can send the link through to our accommodation pages, and there'll also be details of how to apply. There we go. So I hope we have been able to answer all the questions that you've had so far. We do have sort of 10 minutes left of this event, so we'll be staying on for the next 10 minutes. If you do think of any other questions, then please do ask us. I also hope this session has been helpful to you. Again, if you've got any comments or any feedback, then you're welcome to put that in the chat box as well. The sessions today and the talk that was given by Luciana earlier, it will be available as a recording as well, which we can share with you.
Oh, I see there's a question.
This is one for you, I think, Luciana.
Okay.
So from Lambert, do you want me to read it out, or can you see it's there?
Okay, I'm doing a self-studies on programming ahead, so I could find things easier. Please, is Python, R, and database taught in the module from first semester or all through the program? This will help me narrow my preparation and concentrate better. Okay, so the first module you will be taught in the program will be about computer science and data visualization. So the first thing you learn are to use how to use Python and R, the R software. So if you would like to start now looking maybe at Python and R, I think it would be good. That's a good idea. So you can get started with that. And also another module you are going to see in semester 1 is about databases. So if you look at SQL, yeah, that's also the analysis, of databases with SQL. That would be helpful. But of course, that's not something you have to do. If you want to do, if you have time, you have an interest, that I think that's definitely help you to get started. But if you don't have the chance to start now, then there's no problem, because we are going to start from the basics. Okay.